Greetings, people. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of r/TIFU. Today, I fucked up. So how about a little poop story to start us off? You can always find some good old humor in some random person's struggle with their poop. So here we go. TIFU by taking a dump in her old toilet. This happened a few hours ago. I, 22M, am on a short 2-day trip to Kaunas City and I needed a place to stay for 2 nights. So my friend that lives there, but was away, hooked me up with one of his better friends, 21F. She is super busy and I arrived late, so I only get to meet and talk with her shortly the first day as she picked me up from the airport. But turns out she is hot and we get along more than well. She gives me extra key and the next evening, I am home first and she is coming earlier today too. She texts she is on her way and I am waiting. Her apartment is one of those older Soviet built ones, so the plumbing is pretty weak there. Some faucets barely work. Problem starts when soon after her message, I get an urge to make shit. And taking a shit is somewhat sacred to me as otherwise I feel uncomfortable. So I can't postpone it for later. I knew it was risky since I saw how weak the flush is. And if I can't get my waist down, that would kill all my dignity and whole vibe if she discovers. I do the deed. It's a few of those buoyant floaty types. I prayed the Lord, sent potentially last words to my friends and pressed the rusted flush button. Some shit go down, but 2 big turds still chilling above sea level. This is only beginning of the adventure. I regret my choices for a few moments, but then adrenaline takes over. The plumbing is bad, so flush tank fills very slow, and also it's apparently ineffective anyways. Need ideas. I resort to traditional methods. I find the biggest pot and start filling it up with that slow, weak faucet. It felt like an eternity, because she is there soon. It's full. I try to spill the payload of my savior pot onto my shit in a quick waterfall so it's effective. Nothing. Both happy turds still floating. Now the sweat kicks in. I think 2 pots unloaded in quick succession might do. So I get another one. Start filling them with the old slow faucet. At this point I realized how fucked I am since she could be unlocking the doors anytime and find me here running this huge shit flushing operation. Anyways, eventually I fill the pots. I stack them up near the toilet and pour both as fast as I can. Progress achieved, 1 turd down, but 1 still having fun afloat. I can't afford extra 3 to 4 minutes to fill pots again, and it may not work. At this point, I already had enough time to ponder the worst solution. In complete desperation, I fish out my toxic offspring, collect it with toilet paper, wrap it in it, and proceed to the balcony. It's 3rd floor, and I see a little grassland at throwing distance, where it could blend in as innocent dog shit. I catapult my projectile. Mid-air, it loses its paper cover and with all its exposed beauty lands on the windshield of an old Toyota parked just by the grassland. Oh damn OP, you just shit-bombed an old Toyota. I only briefly reflected on the kind of terror I caused as I really needed to wash my hand fast and she came just few moments after. We had fun evening. My dignity remained. But now in bed, can't sleep peacefully knowing my shit is out there on someone's Toyota. TLDR. Stayed at a girl's place. Took a dump in her toilet while she was on her way. Couldn't flush it even with 2 pots. Threw the turd out the window to a grassland, but it landed on a car. Damn OP. That must have been some fibrous turds that you expelled out of your body. Poor Toyota owner. Up next, TIFU after going to church with my mom and playing the guitar. Throwaway account. A week ago, my mom invited my GF and I to church. I said no, but my GF was too polite to provide the same answer. Hence, both of us ended up in church this past Sunday. There was a moment during the service when the mic was available for anyone to share any personal experience connected to God. My mom decided to grab the mic and share something about me. She thanked God for providing me with the gift to play the guitar. She made me sound like I was Jimi Hendrix. Passionate testimony prompted the congregation to applaud. I was fuming. I specifically asked my mom to avoid any theatrics that would draw attention to me. My mom's over-the-top speech ended with her saying that she prayed that I will one day use my guitar to play for God instead of the internet. At that moment, an enthusiastic church minister grabbed an electric guitar from one of the church's band members and said God wanted me to play that guitar. The congregation went crazy, including my mom. My GF and I had no idea what the fuck was happening. The minister encouraged me to approach the stage and allow God to guide my hand. As I played the guitar, I awkwardly stood on stage, struggling to think of something to play. I was like, okay, big G, if you're up there, here goes nothing. I went full Scott Pilgrim. When I was done, I said that was Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. My mom looked uncomfortable. Everyone did, except my GF. She looked entertained. The atmosphere in church was no longer as joyous. The minister took the guitar away, put both his hands on my head, and prayed for me like he was expelling evil. It was embarrassing walking back to my seat after hearing someone pray for my soul to be saved. TLDR. I played the guitar in church, but the crowd didn't approve of my tastes in music, so I had to be prayed for to save my soul from darkness. Well, OP, sounds like you got a damn good story for the grandkids one day. Next up, today I fucked up by sleeping next to my boyfriend, not a native English speaker, also on phone. Formatting and wording issues may be present. This happened a few months ago. I had just traveled to see my boyfriend for the first time in another country. The travel was rough, but he met me halfway, so it became easier to handle when closer to the finish line. We had never physically met before and had discussed that we would take it slow, see how we feel when together, maybe sleep in separate beds if that makes us more comfortable. Well, all those plans flew out the window in the first 10 minutes. We got along insanely great and everything just clicked into place as if it had always been like that. We reached his apartment in the late evening, both very tired after laughing and messing around all day. Yet somehow, our clothes ended up on the floor and things quickly led to another. Exhausted from traveling, and now with a ton more of happy chemicals in our brains, we fell asleep quickly and comfortably, safely tucked in a cuddle. We're both light sleepers, me more than him. I woke up to his phone ringing, feeling dazed and confused as one does after just waking up unexpectedly. I got a quick glance at my surroundings, trying to locate the root of my annoyance that woke me from my slumber. Still trying to figure out what year it is and where I am. I see my boyfriend open his eyes, waking up to the commotion as well. While most would romantically maybe blush a little and say good mornings awkwardly, well, not us. All hell broke loose. His eyelids ripped themselves wide open and he began screaming, so loudly. Picture night terror, but only after you've already woken up. The loudest screams of fear filled the whole apartment. He would only stop to gasp more air, just to continue the blood-chilling noise again. You see, in his sleepy haze, his brain had told him I'm an intruder who's there to attack him, and his not so effective or controlled smacking and pushing were his panicked attempts at defending himself. And what did I do to defuse the situation? I screamed back. I kept screaming back and felt like I was in danger now as well. There we are, two idiots just screaming at the same time at each other for no reason whatsoever. Now that's some pillow talk on a whole new level, folks. He got me pretty good on my jaw, which was enough to rattle me fully awake.
Hey! Hey! Hey, hey! It's me! It's me!
I began to chant. He slowly calmed down and came back to our reality as well. He wouldn't stop apologizing at first, said sorry over and over, looking clearly ashamed of himself. I just found out he didn't even realize he was flailing his arms and legs the way he did. The evening, we were already laughing about it and joking about how the next morning will turn out to be like.
No, there was a lot less screaming.
We woke up silently every morning after, with my jaw remaining free from pain. TLDR. Boyfriend thought I was an intruder when he woke up, screamed and flailed to defend himself, and my solution was to scream back. Well, OP, really happy that your boyfriend was really bad at trying to throw punches and kicks. Thanks for sharing such a wonderful story. Next up, today I fucked up by eating the one chip challenge. I'm a guy who has some tolerance to spicy things, but nothing prepared me for the roller coaster of pain after eating that. I forgot to mention that today's my grandma's birthday, and I was in charge of preparing the cake. After preparing the ingredients, my friend came over and she gave me the chip. I didn't think that through and ate it. Here's when my demise starts. 10 seconds after I managed to swallow that atrocious thing, it started to burn a little. I thought to myself,
well, it's not that bad.
And immediately after that thought, I felt like I was being face-fucked by Satan himself. The burning sensation was the most painful thing that ever happened to me. Just to mention, I've never tried something spicier than a habanero in my life, so switching that to a 6 million SHU is really something. I drank 0.5 liters of milk and ate 10 ice cubes to ease the pain. About 5 minutes after that, guests started coming to the party. I rushed down to bake the cake, which I forgot to do because of my genius idea. I managed to do it in an hour. Luckily to me, the other 5 people who were invited had to take a different route to my home, which provided me with enough time to bake that cake, or so I thought. Momentarily after putting the cake in the oven, I felt like my gut was full of molten lava with the sensation of razor blades cutting me apart from inside. Yikes! I rushed to the toilet. Sitting down, I unleashed the most gut-wrenching shit show. I'm guessing pun intended there. The torture felt like it was eternal, but a mere 5 minutes passed. Then the pain moved to my stomach. I immediately wanted to puke. I wiped myself and flushed the toilet in a matter of seconds. Then after I bent down, water jet of pain shot out from my mouth and it fucking splashed in my eye. There I was, crying and emptying my breakfast and lunch incorporated with the devil's sweat into the toilet. After I cleaned myself up, I remembered about the cake. Guess what? It was burnt. So not only did I embarrass myself in front of the family, I burnt the cake for my grandma's birthday. TLDR, I ruined my grandma's birthday party by eating the one chip challenge. Well, OP, on the bright side, when you decide to do something, you do it all the way apparently, huh? Burn your mouth, burn your guts, burn your ass, and burn your eyes. I think you covered it all. And with that, friends, consider today's TIFU episode wrapped. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I got a chuckle or two out of you. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe.
Because the spaceman is trying to grow.
Until next time, friends, CB signing off. 07.